Hello and welcome. Hopefully you can hear me and you should be able to. And I'll bring Pete in to say hello as well. There he is.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello and welcome and glad to have you all along. Excuse me. Today I've got a bit of a throat, so I apologise if I cough and hack my way through the morning, but we'll get there. Or the afternoon, whatever it is. Afternoon. So, okay, without further ado, I'll take Pete off the screen and we'll have a look at the piece of timber that we're going to be working on, which is it's a burr. I'm not sure what sort of a burr, but I think it's some sort of Philippine type timber, I believe. From that you can tell that I got it from Keith, which is not unusual for me. I don't know if I've got a better picture of it. It's looking from a different angle. That doesn't do anything. So, but yes, excuse me, it's not very big. Excuse me. It's about 7 inches or 7 or 8 inches wide, something like that, the widest point, and about I think nearly 3 inches thick, but it's not quite that thick most of the way, and in the middle it isn't, so we're going to be losing some of the height. But we'll see what happens. I'm really not at all sure what's going to come out of it, but what I'm going to do is turn the base on this side, the side that you can see there, and then turn it over and hollow it out by as much as I can. I did think of doing it the other way around and having a natural edge bowl, but I don't think it's big enough, deep enough to be able to do it justice, really. So that's probably not a bad angle to start from anyway, so we'll leave the camera there, get this lathe set up. See what comes. There's so much sunlight in here at the moment that it sort of defeats me, but that's too bright with that on, so we won't do that. Smallish tool, that'll do. About 1,000, I think that'll do me for the minute.
And in the meantime, I'll run through the participants.
Yes, please, thank you.
Right, Martin Shepherd, Norman Greenwell, Brian with a Y from Spain, Alison Heath, Paul Huyton, Degrees Returner, Malcolm Douglas, Chris Dodds, good day Chris, Tommy's Workshop, Barry Chitty, afternoon Barry.
Hello Barry.
Rob from Cophow Woodturning. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner, and Pete from
Mark.
Twisted Trees. Dave B. Miscellaneous. Hello from Frosty, Kansas. I think that is it for now. Oh, Hartwood Turning. Good afternoon, Brian.
Oh, Brian. Hello, Brian.
Doug Miller at Woods Fun Round.
Yes, that is quite nice inside. Just beginning to see some of the grain coming out now already, which is not bad. Right, I think we'll take that out of the way. Can't do much with that there. That's better. Wide open spaces.
It's always good. You want to cover up your keyboard as well?
I could do, couldn't I? It is flicking that way at the moment.
thought I'd get that in before anybody else does.
Yeah, thank you very much. Knock the bits out of it first.
Oh, and bring me back on screen.
Oh, you are. Did you go then?
Well, I wasn't on there just now, but when you banged your
Oh, I see.
keyboard,
But I
I came back
brought
on.
you back on. Yeah. Okay. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Let's do that. That'll do it.
That's better.
Oh, come on. I've got to flatten the bottom off a bit. I think it's all over the place.
Now, 18 people watching at the moment.
All right, that's jumped up nicely. I'm going to keep stopping and looking at it. I'm not at all sure how we're going to get out of this. I think probably it may end up quite thin. It's this bit here, which is going to decide. It's a bit thin. That's the bit that's going to decide the thickness of the overall thing. I think because the base, the center, is there, so there's not room to have the base going right over there, and I don't want to move it across because that'll. No, I'm going to keep on going. Oh, get that in a bit closer. Well, that's better. Going a bit faster and it's cutting better.
Yeah, faster is your friend.
Absolutely.
And Gav Today Woodwork has joined us as well. Afternoon, Gav.
Hello, Gav. I don't know if I'm going to do a 10 or mortise on there. I might do a tenon because I can get it in a bit easier than the type F. Tenon has to be 38. Is that right? No, that's not right. 19. That's a very small tenon. What's the other one? That's 56. 56. I think we'll go for 56. All these decisions to make at this point. Come on, where are you? Aha, there they are. 625, 28. If I set that to 28, then I can know when I'm far enough from the centre. It's about that. And the centre of it is just there. So I haven't got to get too much more out of that to have enough to do a 10. I'm just missing a bit round that side. So if I go another a bit deeper, we might be getting somewhere near it. And we'll work out what we're doing with the rest of it afterwards.
Barry Chitty's asking me how the building's going. Well, it's not at the moment, Barry. It's been too wet and horrible. And I've been too busy.
Yeah, doesn't help. Somewhere around there. Poke that in there. I've got a line which gives me a rough idea what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, we're not too far away from it, I'm pleased to say. Let's get rid of some of this. Just go a little bit deeper to get that solid, or a little bit more solid there, just to make sure we don't lose it when we start spinning the other way around. I knew I was going to lose height, depth.
Doug Miller's asking a question. Is there any new word from Keith? Been thinking about him a lot lately.
Yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute. I spoke to him, no, this morning it was, that's right, on my way round to the chemist's, and he was a bit brighter than he has been. He managed to man a stall for the craft fair over the weekend, which was something he wouldn't have been able to do a little while ago, so he has improved from that point of view. He's still weak, but and still going through the treatment as well, so that all doesn't help. But no, he seemed quite bright this morning. Don't think there's much more I can say, but better than it was, better than it had been. But I will pass on your regards to him and tell him you were asking after him. He may even be watching. timber's looking rather attractive, I have to say. Funny thing about burrs, they look more like a cowpat when you first see them. when you start getting inside them, very attractive. I think it'll hold on that, which is encouraging. Let's work out what I'm going to do here. I've got to take all that off because I've got to show the grain that's underneath it. So really, I don't think there's much decision, is there? I'll have to curve over on the top. It all really is working it out as you go along.
Mm. Yeah, I've never turned a burr, so I can't help you with decision making on that, I'm afraid.
No, and I'm completely a novice to it as well, but let me see if that's all right. I should give that little gripping point. I'll give the chuck something to grip into. I know a lot of people don't bother with that, but I just feel safer. I think we just got to start taking some of this away and seeing what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit on the dusty side, but it's going to look gorgeous. Don't know if you can see that a little bit. Yeah, the grain that's coming up, excuse me, around here is amazing. Well, let's keep on going and see what happens.
Pete at Twisted Trees is saying often the trick with a burr is knowing where not to cut.
Yeah, I'm trying to work that out, Pete. I have to say, I'm aware of that, and I'm just wondering about leaving that bit in. I just know that there's going to be lovely grain underneath there, but perhaps I don't need to show it because I'm going to be showing it elsewhere.
You're showing it from the inside.
It'll show a bit from the inside, yeah. I've just got to watch that when I carve from inside, but I'm sort of coming down on the side of leaving some of that, possibly leaving that bit in the edge. But we'll see. I shall.
Yeah, it might look quite nice actually, like that.
Yeah. But he's quite right. It's knowing what not to cut. Yeah, and it's not something I've ever done a lot of. Leaving sort of odd. Well, I know, like Wayne does all the time, doesn't he? He leaves all sorts of odd things.
Barry Chitty saying, I met him Saturday. I'm assuming he's talking about Keith. He says he hasn't lost his sense of humour.
No, actually, he's actually got it back a bit, yeah, which is nice. And he's feeling a bit more like going out now than he was, which is, I find, quite encouraging. I had quite a reasonable chat with him, sitting in Tesco's car park this morning.
Ward Wilson has just joined us as well from the west coast
Hello.
of Arizona.
Hello, Ward. Yeah, of course, when we level that, it's gonna, all that lot's gonna go. If that's our rim there, which it will because it runs around to nothing here. Get some sort of a feel for it. Yeah, that's sort of shaping up to some sort of shape. That isn't, but I'm not too worried about that. I don't know what on earth you do with that. Just oil it, I suppose. Brush the loose bits off.
Yeah.
Brush the loose bits off and oil it, I suppose. Any more cutting on that and it's probably going to spoil it.
That uncut piece there looking a bit like a map of Australia.
This bit here?
Yeah, the bit that's the burr still there.
Yeah.
Looks very similar to Australia.
Oh, right, okay. And that one.
Sorry, that's just my.
Yeah, that one just looks a bit of a mess. What's going to be best thing to do? I don't know. I think that might be the top, which is going to disappear around here. The rim. I think I'll just try and straighten that up a bit now. Get the curves nice, and leave it. I can always come back to it if I don't like it. So it's bouncing the whole time, which doesn't help. Got a nice heavy tool which helps. No, I'll take that off. Don't like that. Let's get in some shape to it here, bit by bit. Now if I take that in a little bit, put a step somewhere near the middle, then we'll take that off afterwards. That's all coming on. It's all getting there slowly. Right. It's not looking quite as even as I'd like it, but it will do. Like a nice heavy tool. That's looking better. Yes, it's better. A little bit missing there, a little bit missing there. I don't know whether to worry about that or not. I think for now I probably won't. I'm going to see what happens if I try and sand it. Probably cut my hands to pieces, but apart from that, it might be alright. Well, that's better. That's quite nice actually. Better than I was hoping. That shows the shape a bit better. It's a bit bouncy on the fingers, but it's doing the job. I still haven't found my Simon Hope sander, inertia sander. Still can't have everything. I think for the time being, I'm going to leave that at that. We'll have a go inside and see how we get on in there. So we'll just shove a bit of lemon oil on there. That should bring the colour out quite nicely. Jammed my... That's it. Jam my brush in there between the screen and the wall of the cupboard. Save me trying to squeeze my brush into the top of that little tin. Right. Ow. Oh well. Can't use a wire brush. Can't get to it. Drawers are jammed. So that's alright. Leave it as it is. That is beautiful. Just beautiful. Where I've turned it. And the contrast where I haven't turned it is also quite nice actually. So you're quite right, Pete. There's nowhere not to turn. That is fabulous bit of timber. Gorgeous. Right, let's put that over there. And we'll turn it round.
Oh, you didn't hear any of that, obviously.
I didn't hear any of that, no. What was that then?
My little switch on the must have turned itself off on the arm of the chair. Brian with a wife from Spain saying, Andy, if I find if you use a piece of garden kneeling mat with the sandpaper, it saves the fingers when sanding on interrupted surface.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. Yeah, it's actually sanded up extremely easily. That's got a beautiful finish on there. You can't see it at the moment, but you will do. But
and Roy's the boys was asking what wood it is. We
Yeah,
think it's some sort of Filipino
I think it was
hardwood.
Filipino. Yeah, yeah. It's certainly hardwood, and it's certainly a burr. That's as far as I can go, really. But it's very nice. It's quite hard to turn. It's quite a strong, hard timber, but that has its advantages. So I'm not complaining about that. And it's looking rather lovely. I use this technique for holding it the ring center, ring plate, faceplate, ring faceplate. That's the one.
Mhm.
Which I don't normally do at all. But it's very much a Keith way of doing it. That is, isn't it?
Mm,
But I
yeah.
did do it on here because I didn't want to make too many holes in this side because I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of it. And but it does give a good secure fixing. I'm going to have to take it off fairly. In fact, I'm going to take it off now because I've got to be able to get. It's a fairly small bowl. I can't do it with that in the way. Nice short screws, 20mm, quite long enough to hold this. It's not too heavy. I don't believe it. I've just found it was in the drawer with all my glass paper all the time. Been looking for that for a fortnight, or no, a week. Hey ho. Anyway, didn't need it. We've got it now. Sod's law in operation, that is. Don't think I need the big one. Take this face off. Get it nice and flat, and we'll see where we're going then. Doesn't help when you don't lock that down, does it? At the very least, that'll get it a bit more in balance. Oh yeah. Yes, that's going to look quite interesting, I think.
Mm.
It's going to be quite a thick-walled job here, I think, because of all that lot. We'll see how we go.
Mark Struyton has joined us as well. Good afternoon, Mark.
Hello, Mark. Does that mean Jennifer's here already?
Oh, I haven't seen her actually.
All right. It often does mean that, doesn't it? God, this grain is amazing. You can't really do it. Doesn't really do it justice on the screen, but you can see bits of it. You know, some of the effects that are coming up around there. Very interesting. I've just got to keep my eye on that and on that, but that's all right. That's well away yet.
Wood turning with Barry's joined as well. Good afternoon,
Hello,
Barry.
Barry.
He says he can't stop long. He has to go and see his consultant.
All right. Has to be done. That's better. Nice sharp tool again. Seems to be fairly hard on the tools. That's why we have sharpening systems, isn't it?
I'd imagine any burr would be hard on your tools.
Yeah, because the grain's
going everywhere.
It's coming at it from all directions. Yeah. So I'll just have a little drink.
Christine and Michael Heseltine have joined us as well. Good
Hello,
afternoon,
Christine and Michael. That's quite exceptional.
And Alf Key as well.
That name rings a bell from somewhere.
Well, it's a new one on me.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know how far to go with this. I think I might just keep bringing the bowl out and see what happens around here.
Hmm.
Oh, it's gone very dark because my hand was in front of the light. But that bit of live edge that's left there, can't really see it. That bit, I'm nearly up to it now. But I've still got a good inch of timber left there. I think I'm going to bring it out to there and just let it do what it does around here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we'll do that. Could be interesting. Could be absolute rubbish, but hey ho, can't win them all.
Norman Greenwell's got to go to work and haircut calling.
Okay, cool.
Looks great.
Thank you. Yes, it's a lovely piece of timber. Really quite chuffed with that. I'm just going to keep an eye on this thickness where that bit's missing from there by using my Simon Hope measuring thing. Here it is, buried deep in the drawer. Excuse me, rummaging around. Oh, that one. But if I just keep an eye on that, I can see where we're going. That is something like 15, 18 mil. That's quite a lot yet, so that's all right. That's 17 there. If I think I just do that from time to time, I can keep an eye on it. I don't want it to get down below 5. Preferably not quite as low as that either. So we can go a bit more. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Martin's got a very valid point or question. With all that dust, should you not get your extractor going?
I was considering it. I just can't stand the noise, but I was considering it because I think I should, yeah. Right, we're down to 15 there. That's all right. That's good. That's nice. Let's have a go and see how it does.
Yeah, it does look very dusty, doesn't it?
It is very dusty, yeah. Yeah. I can't always hear what's going on when I've got that on.
It doesn't sound too bad at this end.
No, good.
You might want to change your camera as well next time you stop.
Good batting thing. That one, wasn't it?
No.
That one?
No.
No, that doesn't look right, does it?
That's the one.
Try not to go too far down there where we've got a thinner piece at the back. So let's see how we're doing on that. Let's put it the right way around. I can see it then. 5, 6, that's just below 10, so we're getting there. Just over 10. 12, that's alright. So it's this bit here that's the most suspect, which is about there. Okay, I've got a feel for that now. So I'm going to take a bit more off this. This is coming up to a rough edge here, which I'm not actually unhappy about. I think if I take the bark off it, it's actually going to be alright, I think. Good. Now we're winning. Bit of sanding on there, but nothing too major. Where was it? Oh, that bit. Yeah, we're about 8mm there, so I don't want to take too much more off that, to be honest. Which means that's the shape. Pretty much preordained. Stand there, so I can go a little bit sharper. That, I think, is getting much nearer. Oh, is it somewhere over there? Seven mil. 7mm. Yeah, we're about 7mm down there. Which is not bad. I think we'll leave that. That puts the rim at 10mm, which doesn't look unreasonable. I could go a little bit more on that, but I don't want to go too much.
Any much more on the natural edge piece would be.
Yeah, it's all going to fall apart, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. No, I think we'll leave that as it is. I think that's good. We'll take the lump out the middle. I think we're not far away from where we want to be then. The one measurement I haven't looked at is that one. No, I think we're alright, just. I'll measure it accurately when I've got this out of the middle. I don't want to turn a funnel.
No.
I've not actually done one yet, so I wouldn't like this to be the first. Deliberately leaving a little bit more in the middle than I need to until I've measured it. Come on. Let's see just how that is.
Yeah, Peter Twisted Trees is saying, shush, don't say things like that when you're cutting, Andy. That's how funnels get created.
Well, that's true. Yeah, true. Hey, I like to live dangerously. One of the best things I ever built, this was. Oh, we're about 10 mil to the top of the jaws. so I could still take the tenon off quite happily. Yeah, I'll just smooth that bit off, get that level. I don't think we've got a problem there, but it was not a million miles away from causing a problem. Glad I checked it when I did. I was more concerned about coming out the side. I hadn't really thought about the bottom. Right, there's a lump in the middle. Rough bit there, tool marks. But looking rather beautiful. Right, very small cut. Should be a bit flatter. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit left in the middle. Where's my little one? There it is.
Just to let you know, you've been going just over an hour.
Oh, okay, right. Well, I'm nearly ready to stop now. And then we've got the inside and the outside done.
Martin Shepherd's asking, do you have a micro bevel on your gouge?
No. If I knew what it was. Is that a second bevel? Second?
Yes. Yeah, tiny one round there.
Some of them I have, some I haven't. I did on that one. Got a second my bevel there. They vary. Depends on my mood when I sharpen them. That should be better. Wasn't quite right in the middle there. Let's have a look at that. A bit of a lump there, bit of a lump there. See how that looks. Right, I don't want to take any more off that. It's about 4 or 5 mil there in the bottom, so that's quite enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm going to sand that edge. It's far too sharp anyway, but it's all breaking off. With this grain, it's still going to. Not much you can do about that. I thought that would come off easily, but bark, it's very soft. and as it dries, it'll come off anyway.
Mm.
So I might as well get rid of it.
Well, Alf Key says you've clocked up the hour, and Chris Dodd said, Andy, you'll be claiming overtime.
I can try. Won't do me any good, but right, I'm not going to fiddle around with this today. Oh, that's better. There's a big lump come out. It's a job I can do at my leisure, sitting relaxed and enjoying fiddling. Just to get these loose bits of bark out of here. There's a few in there, but I will just whip the Simon Hope inertia tool, because now I've found it.
Alf Keys reminded everybody there's 27 people watching and 18 likes. I think that's gone up to 20 now.
All right.
Yeah, 27
nice
watching, 20 likes.
Nice to have a few of those. You can be lying, I don't mind. Let's have a look at that. Nearly. Right. If I've had the hour, I'm not going to fiddle around here for much. I'm going to turn that blooming thing off. Take it off the lathe. Have a good look at it. In front of you good people.
Klingspor Abrasives has joined us as well. And Scott at the Blue Light Turner.
Hello, Scott. Just in time to see me finish.
Yeah, Scott, did you get my text message I sent you at the weekend? Oh dear. Scott says he's just woke up. Bloody COVID has got me.
Oh no. Oh dear. I suppose in your line of work you may well come across it.
Mm.
There it is. Isn't that beautiful? That's without any oil on it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
That side's got oil on it.
Yeah, that definitely looks nice.
Yeah, gorgeous bit of timber. I've got a bit more work to do on that one. Otherwise I'll put some on now, but it gets in the way when you're trying to sand. But it is a lovely piece of timber. I will put pictures of it on Facebook without any doubt at all, because it is rather lovely. And I will get it finished. Obviously got to take the foot off it.
Mm.
And finish the outside. But that's down to about 5 mil at the bottom, 4 or 5 mil. The knotty bit there is about the same sort of thickness. So, couldn't go much further with it. And it's sanding up beautifully. Time I finish that, it'll be lovely. But I don't want to rush it. Let's get it right. So, there we are. That's a beautiful piece of timber. Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, we're not sure, Scott. It's some sort of Filipino burr, but we're not sure what wood it is.
It's one of those pieces that Keith had. It was kicking around outside his shed, or inside his shed, maybe inside his shed, but it wasn't going to be used for anything. Just on a shelf and getting in the way. So I picked it up and said, "Oh, that might come in, might come up nicely." So he gave it to me. Bless him. And it certainly has come up nicely. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of burry timber. This bit up here. You got all the pips in it. And then you go further around and it's different again, background there, totally different grain, like ghost faces.
Mm.
It really is very, very interesting. You've got a nice merging piece where that's the where the rough bit was on the outside, so that's effectively soft sapwood, and then you're into the heartwood on the rest of it. But it all turns nicely. So
I want to make stuff as joins. Oops, I turned up a bit late.
just a tad. Thank you. It does look stunning. You're quite right. It's a gorgeous piece of timber. I can take no credit for that. But yes, it's a delight to work with pieces of timber like this. It really is. I could wax lyrical about it, but I won't. I promise. So good. Well, I shall get it finished, and as soon as I can, probably tomorrow, and post the pictures, and you'll be able to see it in all its glory. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming along. I'll put Peter up on screen.
Oh,
there you are.
There I am.
Bigger one. Let's have a bigger one. There you go.
Well, nobody wants to take a picture of me.
Just to prove you're still awake and still here. Yeah. So no, thank you very much, Peter, for coming along.
No worries.
Helping out. It gets a bit lonely on your own otherwise, doesn't it?
It does.
You can't have conversations with people because they're typing and you're turning. So you need the earworms just to keep the two together, really. Next Tuesday, yes, I will be doing something. Not quite sure what yet, but I'll find something. I've got a piece of lacewood I might use as a spindle turning, but I'm not sure what to turn from it. But I think it's about 2.5 inches square. But it's that matches the. Sorry, go on.
Rex B says, "Awesome, Andy and Peter." That's the first time I've seen him. Must have been watching in the background.
Right. Yeah, the bowl I made last week was lacewood, if you remember. Last week before last, whenever it was.
Week before last. Yeah.
The last time I did a bowl.
Yeah, you were not too good last week.
No, I wasn't. It was lacewood, and I've got a smaller piece for spindle turning of the same timber. So I think I might try something on that. Just see what comes. I'll get some ideas together, but doesn't matter too much what it is. It's turning it that's the important bit. Is that bird's eye? No, technically it isn't. It's just a burr. I mean, I know maple they label as bird's eye maple, don't they? But I don't think they do this. But it's a burr, whatever. But so I tried taking a picture of it, and it told me it was a mushroom. So, so that really didn't help. Yeah, I took 3 or 4 different angles, different sizes, and all the rest of it. Still told me it was a mushroom. So, so I ignored that again. It's normally quite good, that the app on the phone, that tells you what plants are and things. And it's normally quite good, even on trees and bark and stuff. But it wasn't on this at all. But a bird bark is not fair, is it? So good. Okay, well, I think I'm going to push the button. I would be very happy to ask viewers' requests, Rex. Something to turn out of a 3x3 roughly piece of timber. I've got about 4 foot of it, so I've got plenty of length. Go on then, let's have some ideas. Things I could make. Chuck it at you. Chuck you in at the deep end. Yeah, bird's eye and burr almost certainly are 2 different things, Doug. That's a very nice comment. Thank you, Rex. Fantastic people, eh? Not many say that.
Well, I don't know how you can say you two are wonderful turners, because nobody's ever seen me wood turn. Oh, well, they might have, actually. I've got
some of the club might have done, maybe.
1 or 2 videos up. That's about all that I've done so far.
All right. I shall have to look for them.
They were a long time ago.
Now, if you'd like to put any ideas of anything you want me to make, next week particularly, but at any time, stick them up on Messenger. You'll find me there. Andy H is for turning. And always welcome to get any. We're willing to get any ideas. FBE vase. What's FBE? Finished bloody early. Probably not. Not from me. It isn't. FBE. I don't know what that is. Give us a clue, Rex. You're going to get me out of my comfort zone, aren't they? Doing hollowing and things like that.
Flame box elder.
Sorry?
Flame box
elder. No, I've got the timber already.
elder.
I haven't got any of that. And to be honest, I wouldn't recognise it if it jumped up and bit me on the backside. Flame box elder. No, I don't know. No idea. I'd have to look.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen any.
Yeah, no. Is it when they use abroad more than here? Maybe.
I'm not sure.
It's not a common one here, is it? But no. Anyway, excuse me. Messenger's probably the best way to send me ideas, or YouTube, or Facebook. But I tend to get lost in Facebook. It's a bit too technical for me.
Yeah, Roy's the boys is asking how's Keith.
Right. Excuse me. I spoke to him this morning, sitting in my car in Sainsbury's car park, as you do, and he seemed a lot brighter than he has done. I'm pleased to say he did a craft fair over the weekend. I think he had people helping him, but even so, he did it. He was there, which is something he wouldn't have even tackled a little while ago. So I think he's feeling a bit better than he has been, which I'm very pleased to hear. And he was chatting to me this morning quite happily. I just had to go and see the doctor's surgeries first, so I had to say goodbye in the end. But yeah, I think he's coming on quite well. He's still going on with his treatment, of course, because so he has very bad weeks and very good weeks.
Mm.
But no, he seems to be coping with it better now, which is nice. So we shall wait and see. But he did sort of half think he might join us. Trouble is, his problem he has that when he sits in front of the telly, he goes to sleep. So he was afraid that people would see him. I said, well, I won't turn you on if you're asleep. Don't worry, you enjoy it. But anyway, but he had only his wife. Oh, just his wife helping him. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, because Barry was there. It was up in Slimford, wasn't it, where he lives? And he said Barry was there. So just him and his wife, and she's not been well either. So they've done very well. And I think she had her own stall as well. So they were running 2 stalls. So done very well. It's good. It's good. Okay, well, I think we'll call that it then. If everybody's happy with that. Any more questions? I'm quite happy to answer them. And do get in touch if you have any ideas. A piggy-like Cornish creation. I wouldn't even know where to start. A piece where both of you combine an object. Peter doesn't have facilities. Well, he hasn't got a workshop to put facilities in at the moment. So he's working on it.
That's a work in progress.
So he's, of course, always welcome to come up here and join me, but that's entirely up to him. I wouldn't put any pressure in any direction on that. So, again, another possibility.
Scott's offered for me to go up to his workshop as well and do some turning up there, but I haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, no, well, you're welcome here anyway. So small and compact and bijou, but it works. Good. Okay, I say goodbye to everybody. Press the button.
Yeah.
Pressing the button
Goodbye,
now.
everybody. See you all next week.
Yep. Bye.